I had sort of a epiphany today when I was talking to one of my friends, and I told him something that I really think was a message for myself as well. I said, your new identity is going to cost you your old one. It's crazy because we know that if we want to go after something, if we want this goal, if we have this end game, this result that we want, that we are going to have to let go of something. We hear the words like sacrifice or no, or, cost. And we get fearful. We're like, why does it have to cost me something? Why do I have to sacrifice? And I was that person. Why do I have to sacrifice something to get what I want? What do you mean by that? And I know you've heard that it's like a motivational speech from, I think it's Eric Thomas. And he basically says that you're going to have to go without sleep. And that terrified me because I love sleep. Why would I go without sleep? Now, I don't agree with getting rid of your sleep, of limiting your sleep. I think sleep is actually one of the most important things you should do. And if anything, that's the one thing I would dedicate time to. But he has something right, that there are things that you do have to limit or let go of when you want to become the new version of yourself, when you want to embrace this new identity that you have. And that is things like, maybe you can't go out as often. Maybe it's no drinking. Maybe it's saying no to certain foods that you normally drink. Maybe it's saying no to cravings. Maybe it's saying yes to certain things, like yes to a routine, yes to sleeping for 6 to 7 or 8 hours, yes to eating nutritious foods, yes to being disciplined in whatever it is that you want to do. Say you want to be a writer, maybe that means, or it probably does mean, that your old identity was fearful or wasn't consistent or didn't believe they could write. No, what does a writer do? A writer writes, and they probably write every day, I would assume so, right? So they're writing every day. They're disciplined. They're committed to this cause. Even if it sucks, they're still writing. So writers, you may feel like your old identity told you you're not one. But this new identity, the new version of you, says you are a writer, you are an author, you are published, you are on the bestsellers list. If you're an athlete, that requires discipline, training, mental, I guess the word would be like fortitude, mental habits that are in place so that you can succeed. You start to ask yourself questions like, what would an athlete do? I want to be an athlete, so what do I do? What things would an athlete not do? And those are things that maybe you've done in the past, maybe the things that you do currently right now. I know one thing I'm guilty of right now. I did a whole dopamine detox, honey, but still, subconsciously, if my phone is anywhere near me, I will pick it up for no reason at all. And this is something I've been working on heavily, is not looking at my phone. Because I tell you, if I'm out doing something or if I'm like busy doing something, I don't bother my phone. I don't even look at my phone. If I'm visiting friends, I don't care. But if I'm by myself, even if I'm reading, it's a problem. But my new identity, the person I want to be, is not a person who is consumed by her phone, who is a slave to her phone. So this person decided, the person that I want to be, keep your phone over there, turn it off, put it in a drawer, put it in another room, or you're going to have to go get a different kind of phone. That's like what I gave myself as an ultimatum. If you cannot be in control of your compulses, then you don't need to have the phone, right? You don't need to have it. You can go get a flip phone or get no phone at that. Whatever that thing is, I'm just here to tell you that it will cost you to get there. And it doesn't have to cost you something terrible. It could be time. It could be, like I said, food. It could be comfort. And I would rather sacrifice or give the cost of being uncomfortable, of not having all the time to do whatever I want, but spending time, investing time in myself to become better. You want to speak Spanish? Then maybe you need to start dedicating 20 minutes to an hour to studying Spanish. Or maybe for you, it's just starting with 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. The point is you're giving something to get something else in return. And you're on this journey like this. I feel like the goal, the end game it's so important, but that process to get there is so much more valuable. The process of becoming the new individual you want to be, the process of leaving this old identity, this old self behind and becoming the new version of you is so much more powerful than that just getting there. It's the process, the journey of getting there it's so big. And like, that is the message. I know I love to say that's the message. That's all I was trying to say today, is that it's okay to release the old identity. It's okay to release the old you. Step into who you want to become. Be that person. What does this person think like, act like, dress like? Who are they? There's so many times, like I could tell you, where if I was wrong about something in the past, I would not admit it. But over time, over these last 2 to 3 years, maybe 4 years, now I will admit it. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Even if I have to call somebody later on, I was wrong. I'm sorry. I don't do it every time. Sometimes I don't catch myself. But in general, I do those things. It's something that I noticed and I corrected it. And this is the new version. The person that I want to be, she does that. And so I become her. So I challenge you, I recommend, I encourage you to think about who it is that you want to become. We're at this halfway mark of the year, a little past it. What do you want these next 5.5 months to be like? Like, you can literally become a whole different person a month from now, 2 months from now, and for sure 6 months from now. Because every little habit that you're doing in life, like every little habit, is going to compound into something bigger. So it's safe to let go of the old identity. It's safe to let go of the old you. It's safe to embrace the version of you that you are becoming, that you are. It's always been within you, just waiting to come out. So I say hello to authors, hello to writers, hello to creators, hello to businesswomen and businessmen, hello to athletes and to pilots and to rocket scientists, biologists, and goodbye to the person that you don't want to be anymore. Goodbye to the scared person, the person who didn't have boundaries. Goodbye to the person who is depressed and down, who just can't go on in life, just feels stuck. Goodbye to that person and hello to a new world, a new way of seeing things, a new vision, a new reality for you. You are meant for so much more. And when I'm speaking this to myself and I'm speaking this to you, and I hope you feel it from the bottom of my heart. That you can be that person that you want to be, whoever that is. It's up to you. It's always been up to you. And that's all I have for you today. With all my love, Lana.